Good day, fellow haunters. This is Jared a Lantern. I'm coming to you here with a basically a floor layout, long overdue floor layout of my haunt this year, Doughty Street Nightmare Vacancy. As I've told you before, this is going to be a hotel themed haunt, and the concept basically is that people are going to be trying to check into a hotel where there is one room available. However, all the other rooms have been taken over by monsters, various Halloween monsters, and in order to get to their room, of course, they're going to have to pass through all the other rooms first. And so, as you can see, you have at the bottom of your screen, you have the entrance in the lobby. That's basically the front porch. And I plan to turn the entire porch into basically like an old-fashioned lobby, do like an old-fashioned hotel desk. In the back, I plan to do like a key rack to show all the different keys for the different rooms. The hostess for the actual haunt will be there to welcome guests in, and it'll be also the queue line. We had a huge line last year, so we have to have some stuff for them to look at, and I like to have some stuff along the desk. So when they first enter the actual haunt, the first room they will encounter will be the ghost room. This was actually the final room last year, and it also was kind of like the most mellow room. So I thought it would be better to put it at the front to kind of build up the suspense for everything else. I'll of course have the ghost trio. I love that prop. A bunch of other ghost props that I do own. I'm not going to be using all the same ones as last year, but most of them will make it in. After that, they're going to enter. It will be the vampire room, which is there on the right-hand side of your screen. And as I've stated before, it'll be much larger than last year's room, which was super small. So we'll have more room and more ways to scare people. I plan to have at least one huge scare in each room, like a really nice huge scare, just to keep the momentum going until the very final scare at the end of the haunt. We'll of course have Bloodthirsty, and then my all-time favorite static prop, which would be Count Drac. He'll be in there. He'll likely be the first prop that I have set up in the vampire room. Next, after the vampire room, guests will enter the new theme for this year. You can see on the left-hand side there, the Evil Doll Room. And this is going to be a room that a lot of people, I feel, find this to be creepy, and I would like to make it as creepy as possible. My first time trying to do an Evil Doll Room, and I hope I'm able to pull it off. And I really have a huge scare plan for this. It's going to involve a lot of small props, but small props included with one big scare. So if I can pull that off, I'll definitely, of course, make a video of it during the haunt build this year. With a bunch, this will include a lot of homemade props with already existing dolls, just, you know, creeping them out a little bit. This is one. Lil Vengeance is one that I would like to pick up this year. I think it's better than any other spirit haunted doll prop. After the Evil Doll Room, they're going to go into, it's kind of like a twofer. You're going to have the Asylum mixed in with the Evil Scientist Room. They're very similar, so they're going to be basically the same kind of section, but still has its own individual section. You'll have the Asylum with all of our favorite characters, like the Wheelchair Psycho. I have Mean Old Gramps. I have Spasm. I think this is where I will be set up as an actor character, and I'll get into the details of that later. And another one of my favorite static prop. I really do like static props, if you can't tell. And the Maniac prop is definitely going to be part of the Asylum as well. In addition to the Asylum, of course, like I said, the other half is going to be the Evil Scientist's room, and that's going to be more of like the actual people who are currently being worked on by the scientist. The Asylum is going to be like people who have already been ruined by the scientist, and then the Evil Scientist room will have like convulsing nurse who are like current experiments, basically. Now the next room in the haunted hotel here, Doughty Street Nightmare, will be the spider room. So much like the Evil Doll Room. This is yet another new room for me this year. I'm going to have a lot of fun with this room. I think a lot of people are afraid of spiders, and to play off that fear will be a lot of fun. Of course, I'll have my newest animatronic that I picked up, of course, is the attack spider. And I want to keep this room, I've said this before, I want to keep this room nice and quiet, kind of dark. A lot of use of black lights. A lot of use of webbings. I like to make like a mini web tunnel. And then throughout this area, this is going to be the same room that we had, the vampire room, last year. So it's going to be a fairly small room, but it's not going to be a maze like all the other rooms are. It'll just be kind of like a quick walkthrough. And I love to have these Cocoon Man spider web type of props hanging throughout the entire haunt. It's a rather large ceiling, but it's a ceiling that's easy to hang stuff from. So I think I'll have a lot of fun dangling these guys around. So the final scene in the haunt, you can see at the top of your screen, is going to be called the Haunted Courtyard. And if you're not familiar with the courtyard basically is just when you're in a hotel, it's basically just the outdoor area of the hotel. And so the point here is the monsters, who are typically outside type of monsters, have overtaken the courtyard. And this is going to be like pumpkins and scarecrows and werewolves and stuff like that. And it'll be the largest section of the haunt, and it'll be one that's going to be also fun to pull off. If I really had a wish or a prop on my wish list this year, it would definitely be to be able to find the barnyard butcher. I believe that's what it's called, the barnyard butcher. I'm sorry, my voice keeps cracking. In spirit stores this year, like in the clearance section. If not, I would definitely like to have a character, a live actor that is similar to this type of character. And in any event, it'll definitely be a cool little place. And then after the haunted courtyard, which also includes like an outdoor shed, which will kind of act as the basically the haunted barnyard. And I will have, I will definitely have some sort of actor who is kind of like a butcher, like the prop I just talked about, and he will be manning basically the final scare of the night. So there it is. There's the entrance, and you're going up through it. Ghost room there to your right. Guests will go through the vampire room, the evil doll room. Like I said, all these sections at the beginning are like mazes, and then the evil scientist room will be kind of like the final maze. The spider room will be just a walkthrough. The haunted courtyard, that's still up in the air exactly. It's gonna be such a massive layout that I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do that just yet, and that'll take a lot of thought and consideration. But there it is, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you're seeing, please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, keep it creepy.